Pedro and Chantel were always destined for divorce. With the recent announcement of Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno's divorce, the family Chantel couple's fragile relationship has played out over the past 4 seasons. From fights with each other to fighting between their families, the couple's marriage never seemed to catch a peaceful break. Hey, lovely viewer, welcome to our new channel. Please support me, don't forget to subscribe our channel, keep watching. Chantel and Pedro's union was wrought with feelings of disapproval and discord from the very beginning. These feelings became an outlining factor for their arguments with each other, and because of this, their marriage began to suffer. With a suffering marriage and constant miscommunication and other factors, the couple was ultimately set on a path toward its ultimate conclusion. Marriage is built on a foundation of trust that two people have with one another. When there is no trust between the two parties, this can cause other problems to arise within the relationship. As such, this was the case for Chantel and Pedro from the very beginning of their relationship and marriage. From 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, to the family Chantel, there were trust issues on both sides of the relationship. From Pedro feeling as though Chantel didn't trust him being in the Dominican Republic around his family and the Karima situation to Chantel not trusting that Pedro would actively stick up for her around his family. These two had serious trust issues from the beginning. As time went on, fans of the series and couple were able to see just how detrimental their trust issues were to their relationship. In the recent season of The Family Chantel, fans saw the couple face a multitude of disagreements and setbacks in their marriage. With Pedro getting a new job, the couple's time together has been cut short, leading to Pedro nitpicking at Chantel and Chantel left feeling unappreciated. In one episode, Pedro argues with Chantel about doing chores around the house and cooking. This leads Chantel to express that she feels unappreciated and feels that Pedro is ungrateful for all that she does around the house and in their marriage. Because of this argument, fans were able to see firsthand that the couple's marriage was on rocky ground. One of Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno's favorite pastimes seems to be arguing with each other. The two can't seem to agree on anything, and if they do, it usually comes after an argument. Marriage is all about compromise. However, neither party takes heed of this when it comes to getting what they want. From discussing small things like housework to understanding the other's likes, an argument seems to arise in the process. Seeing eye to eye and learning to compromise for each other doesn't come lightly. Their battling with each other takes away from the time they could be working as a team and building on their marriage instead of placing it in harm's way of a divorce. On multiple occasions, the family Chantel almost ruined Pedro and Chantel's relationship through their interference. The Jimeno and Everett clan have never seemed to get along from the beginning, with their disagreements leaving Pedro and Chantel on opposite sides with their respective families. From the infamous dinner fight between Chantel's brother River and Pedro to Nicole and her mother feeling they were entitled to Chantel and Pedro's money, the couple's family interference has been the cause of a multitude of their fights and distrust of each other. This distrust and fighting have resulted in Pedro and Chantel having to choose sides, usually siding with their family instead of each other, and making their union as one split into two. How another person speaks to others, especially their significant other, speaks volumes about a person as a whole. In the family Chantel, Pedro and Chantel seem to only know how to argue with each other. With every disagreement, there has never seemed to be a calm talk through between the couple. Related, what the 10 most popular couples from 90 Day Fiancé do for a living. Through their constant quarreling, only miscommunication and emotional turmoil are bred. In one instance, Chantel is left devastated as Pedro announces he wants a separation. However, Pedro seems to be just fine with his decision. These different emotions show that while one wants to fight for the marriage, another is willing to let it go. Marriage is a union between two people. However, this doesn't always remain the case. Earlier in their marriage, Chantel and Pedro were plagued by rumors of infidelity, and they came from the most unlikely of places, Pedro's sister, Nicole Jimeno. On an episode of The Family Chantel, Nicole announces that Pedro hooked up with one of her friends. This comment not only earned Nicole the title of one of the biggest villains of the season, but it also created even more tension in the couple's fresh marriage. This element proved to be a growing factor in the couple's fragile marriage coming into season 4 of The Family Chantel, with Pedro's growing distance in the marriage and Chantel asking if he was cheating on her. One of the biggest obstacles Pedro and Chantel faced in their relationship and marriage was the interference and internal discord between their two families.